for those people who are counting, this is Mortal Kombat 8, and we've been doing Mortal Kombat games since 1992. And for this one, we really wanted to introduce something as dramatically different to the mix as possible. This is the first on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, so we said let's do as many new things as possible. We had been talking about doing a mixture of Mortal Kombat with another franchise for many years, and our marketing people approached us and said, hey, there's an opportunity to have Batman, Superman, The Flash, you know, all these kind of iconic characters in our game. And we kind of paused at first thinking, you know, that's interesting, but I'm not sure if it would mix with Mortal Kombat. But the more we thought about it, the more that we saw movies like, you know, The Dark Knight and Superman Returns and all that, it was a lot more of the look that we wanted to go for. What I usually tell people is if they can think of their top 10 most recognizable DC Universe characters and top 10 Mortal Kombat characters, you're probably going to get about 90% of the characters right. So the characters that you didn't hear of, if you're saying, oh, I bet you they're going to have this guy in it, you're probably right. And you're going to see in the next few weeks as we unveil the characters that, you know, how many of those guesses you would have gotten right. This game, we're actually reinventing the entire fighting engine from the ground up. So that really kind of means, you know, everything that we've done before. We had multiple fighting styles and we had all these other features. We're wiping the slate clean and starting from scratch. So that really, we started leaning towards more of a 2D Mortal Kombat, more similar to Mortal Kombat 2 and 3. And the new modes are they're basically things that in the fighting game before what you normally would do were passive. When you fall from one arena to the next, you normally just watch a show. Now you fight while you're falling in the air and, you know, trading blows there. Another mode is when you throw somebody, you grab someone and then you throw them across the room or something. Now when you grab someone, the camera zooms in close. It's kind of like a boxing mode, a little mini game in itself, and then you break it up. So going in and out of these different modes of play while you're doing the normal Mortal Kombat fighting, punches, kicks, projectiles, teleports, all the magic stuff, is kind of like the feel of this new game. It's kind of like the mixture of those three together. We're probably not going to have a demo just because the game's going to be coming out in November, which isn't too far away. Our focus right now is to finish the game that we have now. There's quite a few characters more that we're going to be introducing and announcing, and we have an entire online component which we are actually very psyched about. It has a whole little chat room. People can, you know, challenge each other. It announces who won different battles and all that. So we're pretty excited about just how the game is going to play online. When we first announced the game, I think a lot of people speculated as to what was going to be in the game and what wasn't going to be in the game. And the fatalities, which is a very signature Mortal Kombat thing, was one of the things that people assumed would not be in the game because you have the DC heroes, Superman, Batman, they don't kill people. And we knew from the very beginning that we were going to have fatalities in the game, but a lot of people assumed they weren't. So what's going to happen is the DC heroes, Superman, Batman, the Flash, you know, they will have what's called brutalities. So it's similar to a fatality where you kind of, you know, do this big cool move at the end of the fight. But the DC villains and the Mortal Kombat characters will have fatalities just like the old games. So we're actually happy with that compromise because we don't want to make Superman kill someone, and, you know, it just doesn't seem in character. The same with Batman. So I think this is a great compromise for both sides. Superman has a great brutality move where he actually pounds the opponent into the ground, you know, hitting him on top of the head repeatedly. And Scorpion has his classic fatality from Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, which is really an exciting thing too. Here it is right here. Exactly.
Like a miracle.
So as you can see, it has the feeling of Mortal Kombat. It is Mortal Kombat. It's just, you know, the extreme stuff has been kind of toned down. I think as we keep showing more and more of the game, people are realizing that it truly is a Mortal Kombat game. It plays like a Mortal Kombat game. It has fatalities, and it is, you know, what it's going to satisfy the Mortal Kombat fans as well as the DC fans. You know, the game comes out in November for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, and we can't wait for people to get their hands on it.